united by standing side by side in the protests. This spirit had love inside. Art and sense of humor was everywhere in all the street writings and our sarcastic approach towards the police. Maybe it wasn't a political revolution after all, but it was definitely a social breakthrough for the Turkish youth. For the first time, we realized our united public spirit. We freely manifested our presence, and we truly interacted with each other. And it was definitely a milestone for me as well. I realized that I actually have some strong values. I risk my life to defend them. I realized that I stand for something in this life. That gave me the energy and inspiration to be brave, to trust people, to embrace differences, and to chase the things that really excite me. I learned that sometimes you have to risk your life to get your life back. That's the essence of today's life. And that's how a corporate girl takes off her heels, puts on her gas mask, and becomes a protester for something that really matters. Thank you.
They were tall enough.
Yeah.
On a personal note, I was living 200 or 300 meters from Taksim Square, which was the center of the protests. Just coincidentally, we found this out yesterday that Erinch was going to be talking about this. And I'll just echo the fact that it was one of the most moving, I'm a little bit emotional about hearing about it because during the time it was one of the most moving displays of human activity and will that I've ever seen. I have great memories of that time, even though my apartment was filled with tear gas. That's true. Not because I was particularly active, it was just everywhere. We lived with it for several weeks. Next we have another TED video. So if you'll roll the video, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I grew up in a very small country town in Victoria. I had a very normal, low-key kind of upbringing. I went to school, I hung out with my friends, I fought with my younger sisters. It was all very normal. And when I was 15, a member of my local community approached my parents and wanted to nominate me for a Community Achievement Award. And my parents said, that's really nice, but there's kind of one glaring problem with that. She hasn't actually achieved anything. Yeah. And they were right, I went to school, I got good marks, I had a very low-key after-school job in my mum's hairdressing salon, and I spent a lot of time watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Dawson's Creek. Yeah, I know, what a contradiction. But they were right, I wasn't doing anything that was out of the ordinary at all. I wasn't doing anything that could be considered an achievement if you took disability out of the equation. Years later, I was on my second teaching round in a Melbourne high school, and I was about 20 minutes into a Year 11 legal studies class when this boy put up his hand and said, "Hey, miss, when are you going to start doing your speech?" And I said, "What speech?" I'd been talking to them about defamation law for a good 20 minutes. And he said, like your motivational speaking. When people in wheelchairs come to school, they usually say, like, inspirational stuff. It's usually in the big hall. And that's when it dawned on me. This kid had only ever experienced disabled people as objects of inspiration. We are not, to this kid, and it's not his fault. I mean, that's true for many of us. For lots of us, disabled people are not our teachers or our doctors or our manicurists. We're not real people. We are there to inspire. And in fact, I'm sitting on this stage looking like I do in this wheelchair, and you are probably kind of expecting me to inspire you, right? 'Right? 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 ' Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I'm going to disappoint you dramatically. I'm not here to inspire you. I'm here to tell you that we have been lied to about disability. Yeah, we've been sold the lie that disability is a bad thing. Capital B, capital T. It's a bad thing. And to live with disability makes you exceptional. It's not a bad thing, and it doesn't make you exceptional. And in the past few years, we've been able to propagate this lie even further via social media. You know, you may have seen images like this one: the only disability in life is a bad attitude. Or this one: your excuse is invalid, indeed. Or this one: before you quit, try. Yeah. These are just a couple of examples, but there are a lot of these images out there. You know, you might have seen the one, the little girl with no hands drawing a picture with a pencil held in her mouth. You might have seen a child running on carbon fibre prosthetic legs. And these images, you know, there are lots of them out there. They are what we call inspiration porn. And I use the term porn deliberately because they objectify one group of people for the benefit of another group of people. So in this case, we're objectifying disabled people for the benefit of non-disabled people. The purpose of these images is to inspire you, to motivate you, so that we can look at them and think, well, however bad my life is, it could be worse. I could be that person. But what if you are that person? I've lost count of the number of times that I've been approached by strangers wanting to tell me that they think I'm brave or inspirational. And this was long before my work had any kind of public profile. They were just kind of congratulating me for managing to get up in the morning and remember my own name. And it is objectifying. These images objectify disabled people for the benefit of non-disabled people. You know, they are there so that you can look at them and think that things aren't so bad for you, to put your worries into perspective. And life as a disabled person is actually somewhat difficult. We do overcome some things. But the things that we're overcoming are not the things that you think they are. They are not things to do with our bodies. I use the term disabled people quite deliberately because I subscribe to what's called the social model of disability, which tells us that we are more disabled by our bodies, the society that we live in rather, than by our bodies and our diagnoses. So I've lived in this body a long time. I'm quite fond of it. It does the things that I need it to do, and I've learnt to use it to the best of its capacity, just as you have. And that's the thing about those kids in those pictures as well. They're not doing anything out of the ordinary. They are just using their bodies to the best of their capacity. So is it really fair to objectify them in the way that we do, to share those images? People, when they say, you know, you're an inspiration, they mean it as a compliment. They mean it as a compliment. And I know why it happens. It's because of the lie. It's because we've been sold this lie that disability makes you exceptional. And it honestly doesn't. And I know what you're thinking. You know, I'm up here bagging out inspiration, and you're thinking, geez, Stella, aren't you inspired sometimes by some things? And the thing is, I am. I learn from other disabled people all the time. I'm learning not that I'm luckier than them, though. I am learning that it's a genius idea to use a pair of barbecue tongs to pick up things that you drop. I'm learning that nifty trick where you can charge your mobile phone battery from your chair battery. Genius. We are learning from each other strength and endurance, not against our bodies and our diagnoses, but against a world that exceptionalises and objectifies us. I really think that this lie that we've been sold about disability is the greatest injustice. It makes life hard for us. And that quote, the only disability in life is a bad attitude, the reason that that's bullshit is because it's just not true. Because of the social model of disability, you know, no amount of smiling at a flight of stairs has ever made it turn into a ramp. Never. You know, smiling at a television screen isn't going to make closed captions appear for people who are deaf. You know, no amount of standing in the middle of a bookshop and radiating a positive attitude is going to turn all those books into Braille. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I really want to live in a world where disability is not the exception but the norm. I want to live in a world where a 15-year-old girl sitting in her bedroom watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer isn't referred to as achieving anything because she's doing it sitting down. I want to live in a world where we don't have such low expectations of disabled people that we are congratulated for getting out of bed and remembering our own names in the morning. I want to live in a world where we value genuine achievement for disabled people. And I want to live in a world where a kid in year 11 in a Melbourne high school is not one bit surprised that his new teacher is a wheelchair user. Disability doesn't make you exceptional, but questioning what you think you know about it does. Thank you.
We're saving Ein for the end, right? Team? Okay. Valeria Kechichian is the co-founder and CEO of Longboard Girls Crew. That sounds like it needs a woot. Can we get a woot? Longboard Girls Crew? Yeah. Her career has always been linked to board sports, personally and professionally. She has worked in the action sports industry from her teenage years until she left her hometown at 20 and eventually settled in Madrid. She's a regular speaker at conferences, events, and universities on the role of women in sports and society. She also organizes international girls' meets to promote these values, and in her words, she tries to spread her love and build camaraderie wherever she goes. Longboard Girls Crew, LGC, is the largest longboard community in the world, with a presence in 180 countries, with official crews and ambassadors in more than 70. Their videos and movies, which are produced by and feature women, have more than 14 million global views and have attracted hundreds of thousands of people into the sport. The organization works relentlessly to support and promote women in longboarding and action sports all around the world. Please welcome Valeria.
Very nice, thank you. Thank you. Hi, everyone. So, I think most of us in this room, we actually think we control our lives, right? We choose our own path, we live in a land of the free, and we make our own decisions, right? Well, maybe some of you share this opinion with me, but I actually think we don't. My name is Valeria, and I'm a 35-year-old skateboarder who developed the biggest community in the action sports industry based in love and camaraderie values. Yes, I'm 35, though I look like 20, I know. And I'm a skateboarder. I'm not a skilled Tony Hawk, gracefully killing it as a senior skater. I'm actually pretty clumsy and try not to die every time I step foot on my board. I didn't start skating as a kid. I actually started skating when I was 28 as an almost desperate measure while trying to quit alcohol and other really bad habits in my life. I'm the third generation of Armenian descendants born in Argentina after my great-grandparents escaped from the Turkish genocide. I haven't had an easy life, and when I was 20, I basically escaped from Argentina, and because I couldn't stand, my family situation was a bit out of control. I arrived to Madrid 15 years ago, alone and without no money, and I did every job I could find. And I tried to make the best out of it, but to be honest, the first 8 years, I struggled a lot, and I went through a lot of things, including addictions, including drugs, alcohol, and eating disorders. When I was 28, I decided to stop and uncomfortably dig inside me to see what was going on and why all those things were happening. And actually, in the process, I had to replace my negative leisure activities for positive ones, and that's how I started skateboarding when I was 28. I never really fitted in any of those roles, and society wants to put us in, not in school, not in high school, not in any of the corporate jobs I had, and definitely not now leading the biggest female movements in a boys' world like the action sports industry. Most of my friends laughed when I told them the theme of this talk, because I think I've been shaking up the order since I was born. And I think my mom, who's today in the audience, can confirm that. Right, Mom? Okay, good. The thing is, if you grew up in a mainstream Western education like I did, chances are that you've been raised in a similar way that I did. We are raised, and they tell us what they expect from us at every age and what we should do at every age. And we are born and we go to school, and it doesn't matter what any special gift we may have or how different we may be from other kids. We're all taught the same in the same way. And since we were small, we tried to survive in this society where most of the times the meanest wins. And when we were kids, it's the toughest and the strongest for the boys, and the prettiest and the meanest for the girls. And that not really ever changes. We grow up, we graduate, we find a job where we're only going to have 3 weeks vacation, and we're probably going to go to a place where everyone else is going. And we try to survive in this system that someone else created, with these rules that someone else created, and we're just buying it. We vote for governors that openly lie to us. We buy whatever they tell us to buy. We eat whatever they tell us to eat. We believe whatever the manipulated media is selling to us, and we can't feel excited about things anymore. And at some point, we cannot hear or feel for ourselves. This is what I think they teach us, and this is how I think they've got us in control. We have dull lives. Bukowski once said, "Some lose all mind and become soul, insane. Some lose all soul and become mind, intellectual. And some lose both and become accepted." And this is what I think men are portrayed in society. They're beautiful, they're successful, they really like to rub oil in their chests, and they're really tough, they're alpha males, and rarely, and emotions and being sensitive, it's seen as a weakness. Boys are not really allowed to do that in society, or that's what they show to us. When it comes to women, it's as complicated or more. Among others, to women, they make us waste all our lives trying to achieve these ideals of youth and beauty and body image that are absolutely impossible to achieve, because not even the people in the magazines look like that. And they use us a lot of the time like trophies, and we are highly objectified. And I think the main message I get as a woman from society is, do not love yourself. And I think this is linked to a deeper root in our society, where small girls are dressed in pink and shouldn't get dirty and shouldn't do anything too dangerous. And boys are actually encouraged to do the opposite. But they could never express any emotion, because that would be weak. And this is my industry. This is how I think a lot of the women in action sports are portrayed. We got to the point that even some of the top athletes in the world think it's better to show their skin and their bodies than their skills. We're rarely shown doing something really dangerous or that requires high skill. The boobs and the ass still sell better, because that's what they've been teaching to us, and that's what they've been showing to us for the past 80 years. We don't know any better, or that's what they think. And this is what I think we are. We're women, all shapes, all sizes, thank you. Women, all shapes, all sizes, all colors, it doesn't matter. Getting together, having fun, doing whatever we want to, doing rad things. Getting together. I already said getting together, but I say it again. And I'm going to just give you some example. This is my friend, Cami. She's from Jamaica. She lives in New York, and she's one of the raddest longboarders in the world. This is Lacey Berricker. She's one of the best street skateboarders in the world. This is my friend Nadia. She's from Switzerland, and she's an Olympian snowboarder. This is my good friend Amanda Powell. She's from America, and she's one of the best downhill skateboarders in the world. This is my friend Karina. She's from Switzerland, and she's one of the best wake surfers in the world. This is my good friend Sina. She's from Switzerland. She's a snowboard Olympian as well, and one of the raddest women I know. This is Cara from the Philippines, shot by my good friend Ishtar Backland. And this is Alexandra from Germany. She's one of the raddest female slackliners in the world. And these are just my friends. Call me crazy, but isn't this a little bit better than their boobs? Yeah, I thought so too. Back in the summer of 2010, we created this community called Longboard Girls Crew because we wanted to get more women into our sport, longboarding. For those of you who don't know, a longboard is like a longer skateboard, but it's a sport by itself and it has its own disciplines. We realized how much fun we had when a group of girls that usually rode with boys got together, and we wanted to create more of those situations. We started like something really local in Madrid, and then we shot these videos where we were portraying normal girls just doing something super fun. We were not jumping 20 stairs, we were not doing anything too crazy, we were just learning, but we were learning from each other, we were not competing. It was something fun and it was accessible, and that resonated in many women and men around the world, and that's how we got so many women stoked in longboarding, not showing an ass. I forgot what I had to say. Many years of hard work later, we're now the biggest community in the action sports industry. As Mitchell said, our videos have millions of views. We are present in almost 200 countries, and we have official crews and ambassadors in more than 70. I forgot. I'm sorry. If you don't mind for a second, maybe you can talk between each other, you can make out, or, something like that, or whatever, We created something empowering for women that was in the sports field, that was not based in competition, but it was based in love, in camaraderie values. We broke the mold, doing something different than the established and what we've been told, and we acted with love. I've also realized that the bigger we got, the least happy some of the big boys in the industry were. All these men that has been leading the action sports industry since its beginning suddenly felt they were losing control, and we were just giving it away. We were giving, and we are giving, power to women not only through skateboarding and longboarding, but through that feeling you get when you step out of your comfort zone and you do something you never thought you would do. That feeling affects and resonates your whole life. It creates an empowering sense of freedom. For us, it's skateboarding. You choose your own. Still, this has not been an easy ride. Many people will try to bring you down, and people are really scared about things done in a different way. It was also scary for me, because, they teach us that different is bad. We're not inside the box, and we're not under their control anymore. Still, living out of the box can be really scary. It was definitely scary for me, and it still is sometimes, because even if you work in something you believe in, you suddenly have no kind of security, you don't have a regular salary. In my case, you don't have any savings. So, most of the people will tell you you're absolutely crazy. A lot of people will start hating you for reasons they made up and you don't understand, and even my parents were freaking out about my financial situation in my 30s. I mean, you already have enough dealing with your own fears of doing something like this, and you also have to deal with everyone else's fears projected on you. But the truth is, nothing ever felt so real in my life. My life never made as much sense as it does now. And of course it's difficult, but I work for change. I want to believe, I work to make a difference in the world every day. I work for many women, and I don't know, and I will never know, and I work hard and long hours. And of course sometimes I'm just, fuck it, let's just find a job and be normal and don't deal with all these things. But I believe so much in what I do, and I see the positive impact in society worldwide of what we're doing. I get the feedback daily on social media, on emails, and even on my trips and the girls' meet I organize. So I know this is what I have to do. And I always say that greatness comes to the thinkers and the changers, and the people that are not afraid to fight and work harder, even if that means fighting alone. It's time to wake up. Another thing, one of the most important things I realized with Longboard Girls Crew is that the bigger we got, the more together we got, the bigger we got, and the more together we got really supporting each other and not competing, that makes me realize this, what we're doing in a longboard community, could actually be applied to every field of anything you can think of in the world. That we've been doing it all wrong all this time because that's what we've been taught. They make us think that there are so few spots for women in action sports, in business, in politics, or in any field that's male-dominated, that we have to fiercely fight against each other in order to get any of those spots, when the truth was different all along. We were only gonna make it if we stick together. Because I believe that we, as women, and us as a society, have a much bigger power and potential than what they want us to believe. With what we're doing in our longboard community, we're actually inspiring people, we're inspiring women to use the same camaraderie values and apply them in their own field. Sheryl Sandberg, I don't know if you know her, it's Facebook COOs. She explains it perfectly in her book, Lean In. She tells this story about, I think it was 2004, these 4 female executives at Merrill Lynch. They would get together once a month and they would have lunch and they would talk about their careers and their expectations and their frustrations, and they realized that they couldn't really brag about themselves. But they could brag about their other 3 colleagues, and that's what they did. And after some time, their 4 careers flourished. They all got to their executive directors' positions. The queen bee was banished and the hive was restored. The world is changing fast and the collective consciousness is awakening because we all are. The market is changing because we are, and it's time, and now it's the time to start doing things in a different way than established. It's time to shake things up, but not in an angry way or with fear. I've come to the realization that very angry people, in the end, they only want to fight, and fear has broken more dreams than actually trying. I don't want to change things. I want to learn, I want to educate, I want to inspire and be inspired by. We all have our personal baggage, but we gotta let go in order to get things done, and most importantly, be happy. It doesn't matter where you come from, and despite whatever life has put you through. Sorry, and whatever, sorry. Despite what life has put you through, we can all work for change. We should all work for change. It's time to unlearn what we've been taught and start doing things in a different way. It's time to shift. Today, the real biggest revolution is love. Be revolutionary. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Improvising. Setting up the order. I should have had a drink before. Sorry.
There's some nice symmetry there between what Andrew was saying about doing things that don't have a utility in the world and don't make a profit, to transitioning to something that you just love and you've also made it a part of your life, even though you can't necessarily quantify what the value of this passion is. And I think that's really wonderful. As they're setting up here, there's another theme that I noticed that I think is really important here, which is that everyone has spoken about the power of community and getting together. All of these individuals have given a lot of credit to the people around them, the organizations that they've founded or helped to construct or been a part of. And I think I just have to recognize, because I like to point out the obvious, that we've created quite a community here. And TEDx and TED have been great tools for community building. And so whenever you've watched a video online, perhaps you've thought about the other people that these videos have inspired. And we have quite a group in here. And you all will go off and influence your own communities as well. So thanks for sharing all of your different messages. I'd just like to give another hand to everyone for that message of community. I'd also like to point out that we have the guys who have arranged or are organizing the other TEDx event here in Madrid. Are you here? Are you guys here? I can hardly see. They were great mentors in helping this group organize this event, and we hope you guys will help support them as well. That event will be in September. Another big TEDx event here for Madrid. Quite a community that we're building here.
Are you looking to me, no?
No.
I'm really sorry. Working with technology, everybody says it's very nice, technology is saving our life. I would say bullshit. So I just had a technical problem. I think it's working. Give me 5 minutes to put the machines rolling, and I promise to you I will try and give my best so we can have some fun.
Thanks, Ein. I'll just give the introduction while he's setting up, because it's pretty cool. I also found out that there's a couple of music majors in the audience as well. I was also a music major. It's kind of cool to hear the perspectives during the break.
Sorry, Mitchell. A little bit of respect. It's a BA in music.
It's a BA. It's a BA. That's right, in music. And I can promise you, Valeria, that my parents were freaking out when I decided to study music and my financial future.
That picture doesn't fit with music.
No. Which Andrew would argue is a good thing. I'm trying to make connections here, guys. Just passing time. Musica electronica is a musical language produced with 4 essential elements: body, voice, everyday objects, and technology. It is a symbiosis of the organic and the synthetic, of sound and image, in which the author creates a unique musical experience integrating and harmonizing all of these different elements. Using machines to process the sounds of body and voice, I'm the machine creates a new kind of auditive experience. Everyday objects abandon their ephemeral existence to become the main characters of a musical piece, which opens the door wide to collaboration with people, objects, brands, and products. So he's getting set up here. Some drinks are going around. Let's go ahead and give a welcome to I'm the Machine.
Thank you very much. It's sounding amazing. Technology works sometimes. You know this symbiotic relationship? Yeah, it's true. It can be natural, or it can be tough. Yeah, get some drinks. We could have some kind of jazz, no? It's not unusual. Let me see if these things are working. Okay. At least it's receiving. Okay, I hope God find me confessed. Okay, starts to work. I'm not starting. I'm telling for the people who will edit after the video. Good afternoon to everybody, or maybe good evening, I don't know. How are you? Are you good? I'm sorry to do that, it's very typical. I will tell you why we do that. Because it's kind of a breaking your own fear. It's kind of being in a place right now, right here. I've been thinking many things about the TEDx. I imagine as all other speakers. And I liked the quote of, "Now I started," from the editor in the future. I'm in. It's always been like a kind of mystery, no? When they start, how they edit the videos. Okay, let's start the TEDxIEMadrid 2015. Definitely, don't drink and don't have technical problems before you start your TEDx. Okay, I saw the quote of IE team to promote the event, and it was, everybody look in the screen, and I don't have the quote on the screen, don't worry. And it says, if you want to truly understand something, try to change it. It's a quote from Kurt Lewin. I've been thinking about, and I said, yeah, it's a very good quote. And what about with apply that quote, you're looking like, what he's going to say, no? What is coming? What if we apply the quote? I don't have the time here, by the way. She's looking to me that, you're getting like too late with the things. I don't have the time. So I don't know how we're going to end it up. But I should rush, no? A little bit. Okay. So the quote applied to our case, our situation would be, if you want truly to understand how to make music, try to change it. No? We're shaking up here. Shaking up, shaking up. So, okay, I will start make music and stop speaking. It's not my best thing, actually. So if we change the way of making music, we would be shaking up the yard, 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 shaking up the yard. My own body shaking up the yard, is a drum. Shaking up the yard, 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 shaking up the yard. Come on, everybody, stand up. We're shaking up the yard here. The yard, shaking up 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 the yard. I will use some objects to make music. The yard, shaking up 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 some hand clapping. The yard, shaking up 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 the yard. And now, through technology, I will change the sound of my voice into a bass. The yard, shaking up 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 the yard. I'm here, I'm not there. Shaking up the yard, 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 shaking up the yard.
the light turns out, they start walking, hiding shadows like a zombie. Hello, I'm here. The right people start to shine under the sun with bright light in a sunny day. In a sunny day. Zombie, 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 Thank you very much. There's something very important about shaking up the order. If you stand up and you're supposed to clapping, if you stand up in any way in a concert, don't stand up and do like this. Keep seated. Keep seated. We are shaking up the order. So, we just changed the way of making music. Let's do something more. For example, un poco más loco. Un poco más loco. Man, it's not a TV program. We're alive. What's happening? Shaking up in the order. Don't sit there watching television. Live the moment now, dancing. Move your body. You're alive. You are alive. I didn't come here to inspire. I didn't come here to tell you something you never heard. I just came to have some fun and shaking up the order. Fui no baile funky, aha, aha, 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 fui no baile funky, aha, aha.
I don't mean to say that being wrong is the same thing.
Being creative. I don't mean to say that being wrong is the same thing as being creative. What we do know is, if you're not prepared to be wrong, you'll never come up with anything original. If you're not prepared to be wrong.
Clap the hands, clap the hands. I'm getting crazy. And lost posture. If I had an English education, that wouldn't happen. Now, through technology, when it works, the technology, you can do things like this. Okay, to understand, I have a button, and I have the image and the sound. I'm playing here, okay? Okay, I'm bored. Now it's your turn. Anyone, don't get messy. This one is the guy speaking, this one is this, and this one is this. Go playing. Okay, you didn't want that, take this. Like this. Bang bang, dang dang, 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 dang dang. Take that, take that, take that, take that. Let's get crazy! Take that, take that, take that. I like the sound. You take that. Who wants to play some, I don't know, River? The rhythm. The last one. Who wants the last one? Take care of the camera. We're in a TEDx. Let's get crazy. crazy. Shaking up the earth, 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 shaking up the earth.
Taste the things,
Shaking up the order. Tell me something, anything, just grab it. Wait, I did bad. Shaking up the order, shaking up the order. Tell me something, anything, shaking up the order. One, but get close to the mic, get close, get close, get close. Let me listen, tell me something, tell me something.
Shaking up the order.
But get it close.
Shaking up the order.
Wait, 1, 2. Hey, you're messy here, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shaking up the order. 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 Shaking up the order.
Other one, another one, please come here. Another one. Give me something.
Shaking up the order. 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 Shaking up the order.
Other
Shaking up
thing.
the order.
Another one, another thing. Another thing.
TEDxIEMadrid.
1, 2, 3, 4.
TEDxIEMadrid. 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 Shaking up the order. Shaking up the order. Shaking up the order. Shaking up the order. TEDxIEMadrid. Shaking up the order. Shaking up the order. Shaking up the order. Shaking up the order. TEDxIEMadrid.
We're getting crazy. Okay. Let's stop. You can come here to say whatever you want. You can come here to play whatever you want. But please, don't come here to tell me más de lo mismo. Pero no más de lo mismo. Pero no más de lo mismo. Pero no más de lo mismo. For who's playing? We're gonna finish now. Pero no más de lo mismo. Pero no más de lo mismo. Very good. Shaking up the order. Let's go for the last song. I don't have the time here, but somebody told me we have to finish. So, most important thing in life. Now it sounds like TEDx, huh? Most important thing, the most important thing in life. Update and keep updated your humanity software. Now, my voice like a keyboard. I want to see somebody is moving. It's a broken fruit blender. Up to to date, gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up. Up, making it up to date, up, making it up to date, up, making it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up.
I come on behalf of all the kids from this world, seriously, to ask you, download and update your humanity software. Please, Mr. Owners of the banks, please, Mrs. Politicians, and to each one of you, download and update your humanity software. Please, download and update your humanity software. Download and update your humanity software. Please, update your humanity software. Update your software.
Up to date, gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up.
And you must be asking yourselves, how are we gonna download and update our humanity software? True or not? You don't understand. You don't listen a fucking word I'm saying. Do you want to download and update your humanity software? Do you want to download and update your humanity software? Yes or not? Okay, so relax your body and sing this melody with me.
Gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up to date, up to date, gonna make it up.
Download completed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here, shaking up the order.
Everybody give Vine the Machine another big round of applause. Thanks. It's very difficult to follow that, but I'll just say here at the end, shaking up the order involves the effort of many, as you've just seen. Whenever...
Hey, we're still here shaking up the order. Don't shake the order on the other side.
Whenever somebody becomes the symbol or the face of change, there's obviously a lot of people behind that.
I should not be here.
Most likely. No, stay up here. Yeah, you're likely you've been a part of some effort to shake up the order yourself already. So for what it's worth, go forward and shake up the order on your own. Thank you very much for a wonderful evening. One last round of applause for all of our presenters, please. For everybody. The organizers of TEDxIEMadrid. Our sponsors. They're giving you beer.
But they're not here, no?
And now we'll move on to the cocktail, so stick around and mingle.
Cocktail.
Yeah.